Skeletons. We all have them, we all become them. But why are we scared of them? In this video, we're gonna break down some of the greatest skeletons in cinema. Everything from your basic bare bone boys to walking, talking, cake-obsessed undead. And all the flicks we're gonna go through are included with Prime or available to rent. Just check the icon in the corner. Are you ready? Let's bone! Most skeletons live in the dirt, unless it's raining, then they live in mud. And who wants to live in wet, dumpy mud? No one, not even the dead, that's who. This scene from the 1982 horror film Poltergeist features a classic stage 5 skeleton, all bone, and somehow still able to move on their own. No meat here, folks. They don't have flesh or eyeballs, and that's exactly why we love them. Everyone knows that skeletons prefer to be bone dry, but these ones are wet, and they don't like it. It wasn't until after filming was over that Jo Beth Williams found out that the skeletons from the mud pool were real human bones. So lucky. Anyway, at the time it was cheaper to buy the real deal than to make rubber props. I'm sure it was also easier to get her in the mud pool without telling her that they were real skeletons.
I'm Frederick Lauren, and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party. A haunted house party.
This 1959 horror classic is about a millionaire that invites 5 people to his mansion to spend the night, and if they're still alive come morning, they win $10,000. In the house, there's a vat of acid that destroys everything with hair and flesh, and just leaves the bones. How do I get invited to that sleepover? When this movie played in theaters, the director did this gimmick called a Murgo, where a plastic skeleton on a wire would swing from the screen and swoop over the audience's heads. Theaters stopped using this effect because teen boys started firing slingshots at the skeletons. Little did they know, the skeletons were already dead. Crypt, the 5-part horror anthology written by Stephen King, kicks off with the story Father's Day, where a dad whines for his Father's Day cake for so long, like such a little brat, that his own daughter murders him. Who's even heard of a Father's Day cake anyway? Years later, when she goes to visit his grave, she finds out that her father, just like any dead person does, has turned into a skeleton. The things we do for cake, the things we do for the ones we love. Given the right circumstances, skeletons can be quite romantic. Take the scene from Love Actually. Mark shows up at Juliet's door while she's on a date with her fiancé and presents a series of loving cue cards that read, "To me you're perfect, and my wasted heart will love you until you look like this." How sweet. He'll love her until she's a stage 1 skeleton. One with locks of hair, deteriorating skin, and no eyeballs. Okay, Mr. Steal Your Girl. Spoiler, he doesn't win her over. Chose the wrong stage of skeleton. If he truly loved her, he would have kept loving her until at least stage 5. In this scene from Scary Movie 2, we have Cindy stumbling down a hallway, crying out for help. Her friend Rhonda doesn't know what Cindy's running from, just whatever it is, she hopes it kills Cindy and leaves her alone. This is just another standard bare bone skeleton with the ability to move on its own. There's no flesh, it's all just rusty bones that are as weak as twigs. So if a dry state skeleton ever tries to murder you and your friend, just remember to take away their bones. It's literally all they have. The Crypt Keeper makes his big Scream debut with this feature film, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night. Here we see him at the premiere with 2 gals on his arms. He's in the early stages of becoming a skeleton. You can tell by just looking at his beautiful blue eyes. He also has flesh. Burnt flesh, sure, but flesh nonetheless. Just look at Crypt Keeper. Everybody likes him. Everyone wants his autograph. He's an inspiration to humans and skeletons alike, and a pleasant reminder to all that life doesn't end when you die. It's never too late to go to film school. Dying and rotting isn't the only way you can turn into a skeleton. You can get electrocuted, shot by an alien, or drink a cursed chalice, to name a few. Take the ending of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, for example. Watch what happens when Walter Donovan takes a sip out of the wrong chalice. Boom. Drank the wrong chalice and aged 100 years in 5 seconds. Think before you drink, am I right? Or take this clip from Tim Burton's 90s classic, Mars Attacks. In just the blink of an eye, the US general is turned into a skeleton. And if you pause it at the right moment, you can see the general frowning. He was not ready to become a skeleton. Too soon. There are countless other skeleton cameos, and even starring roles in the history of film. So remember this, everybody. Life's short, and then you're a skeleton. So let the binge watch begin. And if you love facts about skeletons and other movie trivia, check out the X-Ray tab on Prime Video. It practically lets you see the movie's bones. Did we miss some of your favorite movie skeletons? Sound off in the comments below, and make sure to tune in next time for more Prime Video movie recs.
You guys okay?
Oh, yeah. It takes more than a little bag of bones to scare me.
Later, boners. See you on the other side.